With the Dallas Mavericks losing to the Los Angeles Clippers last night, that will extend this series to 7 games, which means that it is a win-or-go-home game tomorrow night. Whoever wins will go further into the playoffs, whoever loses is out of the playoffs and will not continue. There is a lot to say about this, so let's kick off the intro. Kawhi Leonard dropped an absolutely insane 45 points, 6 rebounds, and 3 blocks. He came in clutch when the Los Angeles Clippers needed him most. And Paul George didn't really have that good of a game himself. The only player who went out of his role to really play amazing besides Kawhi Leonard was Reggie Jackson, who dropped 25 points. But if it wasn't for Kawhi Leonard, the LA Clippers would have probably not been in a Game 7 right now. It is pretty safe to say that Kawhi Leonard carried the LA Clippers that game. And to add on more to why Kawhi Leonard carried the Clippers is because he hit the dagger for that game. The Clippers were up by 5, but Kawhi pulled up from 3 and swish. This made the Clippers up by 8 points, and the Dallas Mavericks would not come back from this lead. Luka Doncic even had something to say about Kawhi Leonard's amazing game.
I mean, he destroyed us. That's what it is. He had a hell of a game. That's what, he does. It was a hell of a game.
Yes, Luka Doncic even admitted that Kawhi Leonard destroyed them. The Dallas Mavericks as a team shot 42% from the field that game, and the Clippers shot 47%. However, the Dallas Mavericks made more field goals than the Los Angeles Clippers. So this game will give us zero clue on the result that can happen next game. If I could describe this series in one word, it would be insane, hence the title of this video. But besides that, this is the only word I could really use to describe this series, because there has been so much drama, so many insane and terrible performances, and the fact how it is a win or go home game on Sunday is absolutely insane. But there are a couple of bad things about the Dallas Mavericks. Kristaps Porzingis this series has been playing absolutely terrible. He has been averaging 11 points and 4 rebounds. He is 7'3" and he's getting 4 rebounds. This is unacceptable, especially in the playoffs if you are Kristaps Porzingis caliber. If you are an average NBA player, then getting 11 points and 4 rebounds is a pretty solid game. But if you are a near all-star and you have a max contract, this is terrible. It's not just the numbers he's putting up that is bad. He has also not been taking many shots. However, the Dallas Mavericks should not be too worried, because in Game 7, all Kristaps has to do is have a decent game, preferably 15 points or more. He usually gets around 20, but in this playoffs, he isn't playing well. And to go along with that, despite his insane height, he's not posting up. He's just staying around the 3-point line and not doing anything. Because of that, he is blocking out Boban Marjanovic. He could give you a solid 12 points and 10 rebounds on a good night, but Kristaps Porzingis is causing Boban to have these bad games. It is kind of like a domino effect. And if this happens for some other key role players on the Dallas Mavericks, then the Mavs might get eliminated this round. And Porzingis will probably get traded. What the Los Angeles Clippers should be concerned about is Paul George. Now, I am 100% aware that Paul George shed that pandemic P label from last year's playoffs. But he could still have a terrible Game 7, because after all, PG has not played a Game 7 in the playoffs this season. And last year, we all know how PG played in a Game 7. So it's either he's going to have a 30-point game, or the Clippers are going to get blown out and Paul George will have 8 points. The entire Los Angeles Clippers roster pretty much relies on Paul George on a game-to-game basis. I know Kawhi Leonard is the best player on the LA Clippers, but I am saying that if PG has a bad game, then the Clippers will have a bad game. If PG has a good game, then the Clips will have a good game. There are a lot of superstars on bad NBA teams, and they could score 50 points and still lose. For Paul George, this isn't true at all. He never loses if he has a good game. Obviously, there have definitely been times where he played on the Clippers, dropped 35, and still lost. But it doesn't happen often. In fact, it rarely does. As I said before, Kawhi Leonard is pretty much carrying the Los Angeles Clippers, but he is also dominant. In this series, he is getting to his spot with no question. He's playing amazing D, and I have a little hot take. Kawhi Leonard is the best player in this entire playoff series. He is not inconsistent because in this entire series, he has been getting roughly 30 points per game. It's like he is playing extra good this series. I think it's because he wanted to make a comeback for the Clippers. It's safe to say that they really hurt their reputation last year, and this season he took that personally, and he is going to make sure the LA Clippers aren't going to lose. And in an interview, he said this.
How did you have success guarding Luka and with all those minutes only having one foul for the entire game?
I mean, he still played a pretty good game. He had 29, 11, and 8, but like I said, he's a very dominant player, very skilled, plays at his own pace. So, all I could do is try to stay in front of him as much as possible, contest his shots, and just try not to put him to the line.
This shows that he wants to win right away and not by trying to destroy Luka. He wants to play well with no drama and get the Mavs out of here. If I am the Dallas Mavericks, I am extremely concerned. Yes, they have Luka Magic. But if he is the only one doing anything in Game 7, then consider the series over. But if Luka plays amazing and multiple other players on Dallas play great, then they actually might win. But the Clippers, however, are more versatile. They have more experience and better defense. But again, Paul George's demon might come out in Game 7 and make him play terribly. But again, what if Luka has an off night? Because again, he is an extremely young player, so it's perfectly reasonable for him to have an off night. Leave all your thoughts in the comments below. Who do you have winning? The Los Angeles Clippers or the Dallas Mavericks? If you are going to comment it, then why? I have a shocking fact. Only 2% of my viewers are subscribed. What? That is such a low percentage. So if you are part of the 98% that isn't subscribed, make sure to subscribe. We are trying to hit 10,000 subscribers by the end of 2021. We are at the end of the video. Hope you enjoyed. I'm Vrunnn, and that's my take. Peace.